It seems like not too long ago the Backrooms dropped, and the internet took notice. Nowadays, you can find thousands of videos on the Backrooms, and you can find even more maybe on Backrooms icebergs breaking down all the levels, all the monsters, etc. But really, the Backrooms started with one simple image posted on 4chan of an empty office building coated with blank walls and yellow carpeting, and above were flickering lights shining overhead. The stench of the rooms was noticeable, as the wet, squishy carpet gave an unpleasant aroma which drifted through the air. It was a very simple concept, and it's been one that's been added on to over and over and over again. And some of the additions I find amazing. And yet, I find myself thinking that I'm not very happy with where the Backrooms went. Originally, it was simply a glitch out of reality, one which an unlucky person could find themselves in, and they would have no escape as the infinite rooms contained them for all of eternity. Now, you're not so alone. There are entire governments in the backrooms ran by people stuck there. There are dozens, if not hundreds, of entities and monsters lurking around every corner, each one out to get you. No longer is it truly a quote unquote liminal space that we once recognized it to be. An empty area where you only have yourself and your thoughts, and the soft buzzing of the flickering lights would drive you mad. That's gone now. You're no longer alone. You're no longer unable to find anybody else. That sense of hopelessness that we, as human beings who are social animals, would feel has been eviscerated. And that really was one of the draws of the horror of the backrooms, wasn't it? That we, as social animals who are so dependent upon day to day interactions with other human beings, losing that, the prospect of losing that, was terrifying to us. But now that's no longer really the case. And even more, there's something viscerally terrifying about being alone, knowing that you're going to die alone. Some people might be scared by monsters and demons, and the thought of having your flesh torn from your bone as your body is ripped apart by unfathomably grotesque creatures, but on the flip side of that, that's a relatively quick death when compared to the slow torture of days, weeks, months, years going by as you drag your feet along the soft carpet of the back rooms, looking for an exit only to find none, eventually giving up hope as every corner you turn is the same as the last one. And as you lay there rotting and starving and malnourished and lonely, wondering if you're insane, wondering if anyone even remembers you, at that point, you are far more broken than anything else could ever make you. Yes, as you get mauled by some weird dog creature that stands on its legs, you are terrified. You're in agony. Yes, that's true. But something about the original horror that was presented to us was so unique and so good and so cool, and having it stripped away like that is so unsatisfying. And I don't want to fully discredit and look down upon the contributors to the backrooms who have invented their new levels and their new monsters and expanded on the lore. I don't want to take away from that, but it's not a good change in my opinion. The one benefit, like the one positive thing I do want to say is that the addition of new levels as a concept is great. Add new levels that you could access. Make them cool in their aesthetic, make them all unique and different, give them their own little quirks as environments. I'm all for that. I think it would work great. Every new level you find, you get a little spark of hope that you're closer to the exit, only for that spark to be extinguished as you realize that there are infinite levels and that you'll never be free. And the actual layouts of some of these environments are cool. I remember that there's a city and it looks like one of those retrowave aesthetics. That's cool. There's like a cave system and like most of it's covered in water and it's too dark to see. That's cool. There's like a hotel area where you're trapped in an infinite hotel, like a maze of hotel rooms. Great. That's very reminiscent of The Shining. I like that aesthetic. But as soon as you start filling them with other people and other agencies and monsters, something doesn't feel right. That's all I wanted to say, really. Let me know in the comments down below if you agree or disagree. Tell me why. Be sure to leave a like if you've enjoyed this video. And if you want to, consider subscribing. Thank you. This has been Icy Dice. I'll see you in the next one.